Panic grips Chicago's elite. Billionaire CEO James Carter faces disaster as his translator bails before a $200 million Chinese deal. Can his empire survive? Time's running out. The Chinese delegation arrives, demanding flawless communication. James's assistant, Emily, scrambles but finds no one. Is this the end? A shocking voice breaks the chaos. "I speak Mandarin," says Lauren Harris, a janitor. Invisible for years, she's about to steal the spotlight. Skepticism erupts. Emily sneers, "A janitor in our boardroom?" But Lauren's fluent Mandarin stuns them all. Is she the key to salvation? Lauren's secret? She's studied Chinese culture for years, ignored by the elite. As the meeting looms, her moment to shine is here. In the heart of Chicago, where skyscrapers pierce the clouds, Carter Technologies stands as a beacon of innovation. On the 50th floor, James Carter, the billionaire CEO, paces frantically in his sleek glass office. His voice booms through the phone, sharp with panic. How could this happen now, today of all days? Below, 3 black SUVs pull up to the curb, and a Chinese delegation steps out, their tailored suits crisp against the Illinois wind. These are executives from Shanghai's top tech giant, here to seal a $200 million contract, a deal that could redefine Carter Technologies' future. James slams the phone down, his Italian suit creased from stress. 20 years of grit, late nights, and bold risks built this empire from a small startup in a Chicago garage. Now, it's teetering on the edge of disaster. The official translator, the linchpin for this high-stakes meeting, just canceled. A family emergency, unavoidable, leaving them stranded. In 15 minutes, the Chinese executives will walk into the conference room, expecting flawless communication. Without it, the deal is dead. The Chinese are known for their precision. They won't tolerate apps or gestures. Every word matters. Emily Thompson, James's executive assistant, bursts in, her phone glued to her ear. "Mr. Carter, I've called every translator in Chicago. No one can handle a deal this big on such short notice." Her voice trembles, mirroring the sweat beading on James's forehead. He loosens his tie, staring out at the Chicago skyline, the Willis Tower mocking his desperation. This isn't just about money, it's about legacy. One misstep, and 2 decades of work could unravel. Emily dials another number, her fingers shaking. "I'm trying, but we're out of options." The clock ticks louder, each second a hammer against James's resolve. He built Carter Technologies on bold moves, but this feels like a checkmate. The Chinese delegation is already in the lobby, their presence a ticking bomb. Emily's voice cuts through again. "I even called agencies in Springfield. Nothing." James rubs his temples, his mind racing. He's faced boardroom battles, market crashes, and lawsuits. But a language barrier? It's a cruel twist of fate. The deal hinges on trust, and trust demands clarity. Outside, the Chicago River glints under the morning sun, indifferent to the chaos unfolding above. James glances at the framed photo on his desk, his first office, a cramped room in Logan Square. He remembers the hunger, the drive. Now, that same fire flickers, threatened by a crisis he never saw coming. "There has to be someone," he mutters, more to himself than Emily. She shakes her head, her usual poise crumbling. "We're out of time, James." The elevator dings in the distance, signaling the delegation's arrival. James straightens, his jaw tight. He's not ready to lose this. Not today. Not after everything. Emily's phone buzzes again, but she ignores it, her eyes wide with dread. The room feels smaller, the air heavier. In moments, the conference room will host the most critical meeting of James's career, and he's got no one to bridge the gap. Chicago's hustle hums below, but up here, time is running out. Something's got to give. In the sterile hum of Carter Technologies' 50th floor office, the air crackles with desperation. James Carter, Chicago's titan of tech, stands frozen, his empire on the brink. The Chinese delegation is minutes away, and the absence of a translator threatens to sink a $200 million deal. Emily Thompson, his sharp-edged assistant, clutches her phone, her voice tight. "I've exhausted every contact, James. No one's coming." The Chicago skyline looms through the glass walls, a silent witness to the chaos. James's face hardens. He's built this company from nothing, but now a language barrier could unravel it all. The clock's relentless ticking is drowned out by the soft clink of a cleaning cart. From the corner, a quiet voice breaks the tension. "Excuse me, Mr. Carter, but I speak fluent Mandarin." All eyes snap to Lauren Harris, 28, a janitor in a navy blue uniform, her hands gripping a cleaning cloth. For 3 years, she's been invisible, wiping down desks and polishing glass in these executive halls. Her presence is so routine that Emily barely registers her, letting out a sharp, nervous laugh. "Lauren, this isn't the time for jokes. We're talking about a multi-million-dollar deal." The room's silence is deafening, the air conditioning's hum the only sound. James, his skepticism warring with desperation, studies Lauren as if seeing her for the first time. Her posture is steady, her dark eyes unflinching. "You speak Mandarin?" he asks, his voice a mix of doubt and faint hope. Lauren nods, calm but resolute. "Mandarin, Cantonese, and some Taiwanese. I studied East Asian linguistics at the University of Illinois before I started working here." Her words hang in the air, a lifeline in the storm. Emily's smirk fades, replaced by irritation. "James, you can't seriously consider this. A janitor in an executive meeting?" But Lauren's story runs deeper than her uniform suggests. In her small apartment in Chicago's Inglewood neighborhood, she'd cared for her diabetic mother, forced to abandon her degree midway through her junior year. Bills piled up, and dreams of academia gave way to night shifts and cleaning carts. Yet even then, Lauren never stopped learning. By lamplight, she practiced Mandarin through apps, her mother's encouragement echoing in her mind. "Knowledge is power, baby," she'd say. Here, in this glass tower, that power is about to be tested. James, cornered by time, makes a snap decision. "Prove it. Say something in Mandarin." Lauren takes a deep breath, her voice steady as she speaks. "Rongxing zai qi yu nin hui mian, women shi wang he zuo neng dai lai shuangying." The words flow with natural fluency, each syllable precise, carrying the weight of years of study. James, though he doesn't understand, feels the authority in her tone. "What did you say?" he asks, his voice softer now. Lauren translates. "It's an honor to meet you here, and we hope our collaboration brings mutual success." She pauses. "It's a standard, respectful business greeting in Chinese culture." Emily crosses her arms, her face a mask of disdain. "James, think about it. What will the Chinese think when they see a janitor at the table?" Her words drip with condescension, but they stir a memory in Lauren's mind. 6 months ago, in the executive restroom, she'd overheard Emily on the phone sneering about that black girl who lingers at important meetings. Lauren had stayed silent then, her mop moving rhythmically, but she'd filed away every word. For 3 years, she's been more than a janitor. She's been a silent observer, absorbing strategies, overhearing deals, watching Emily's every move. James hesitates, his gaze locked on Lauren. There's something in her eyes, intelligence, dignity, a quiet strength that cuts through the room's chaos. She's not just a janitor. She's a woman who's been underestimated, overlooked, but never broken. "You've got 10 minutes to prepare," he says abruptly, ignoring Emily's stunned gasp. "Find something professional to wear and meet me in the conference room." Lauren nods, her heart racing but her face composed. She turns to leave, her cleaning cart left behind, a symbol of the role she's about to shed. Emily's voice hisses after her, low and furious. "You're making a mistake, James. This will ruin us." But James isn't listening. For the first time, he's betting on the unseen, the unnoticed. Lauren, hurrying down the hall, feels the weight of the moment. 3 years of scrubbing floors, of being invisible, have led to this. She's listened to every boardroom tactic, memorized every contract detail, all while being dismissed as just the help. Emily's scorn, her thinly veiled prejudice, only fuels Lauren's resolve. In her small locker room, Lauren steels herself. She's not just stepping into a meeting, she's stepping into a fight. A fight for respect, for opportunity, for the dreams she buried in Englewood. The Chinese delegation waits, and with them, a chance to prove that talent knows no title. Emily's words echo in her mind, but so does her mother's voice. Knowledge is power. Lauren straightens, ready to wield it. Chicago's pulse beats outside, and in this moment, Lauren Harris is no longer invisible. She's a force, ready to rewrite her story. The conference room at Carter Technologies gleams with Chicago's morning light, its glass walls framing the bustling loop below. Lauren Harris steps inside, transformed. Gone is the navy blue janitor's uniform. In its place, a sharp black blazer borrowed from the receptionist, her hair swept into an elegant bun. She carries a notepad, her posture radiating a quiet confidence that silences the room. For 3 years, she's been invisible, cleaning these very tables. Now, every eye is on her. James Carter, the CEO, clears his throat, his voice steady but tense. This is Lauren Harris, our specialist in international relations for the Asian market. The words are deliberate, masking her true role. The Chinese delegation, 5 executives from Shanghai, nod respectfully, their leader, Mr. Li Wei, offering a formal bow. Lauren returns the gesture, her Mandarin flawless as she speaks. It's an honor to welcome you to Chicago. Your punctuality reflects the discipline we admire in your culture. Mr. Li's eyes brighten, a flicker of approval crossing his face. Punctuality is a cornerstone of Chinese business, and Lauren's words strike the perfect chord. She takes her seat, her heart pounding but her hands steady. She's not just translating today, she's bridging worlds. The delegation's presence carries the weight of a $200 million contract, and every syllable matters. James begins the presentation, his voice firm, but all eyes drift to Lauren as she translates with surgical precision. Her words capture not just meaning but nuance, the subtle deference in tone, the cultural weight of each phrase. When James cracks a light joke about Chicago's unpredictable weather, Lauren adapts it into a Mandarin quip about Shanghai's rainy seasons, drawing genuine chuckles from the delegation. The room, tense moments ago, begins to hum with ease. Even Thomas, the CFO, mutters under his breath, "She's good." For 15 minutes, Lauren is a conductor, orchestrating a symphony of diplomacy. She arranges documents on the table, subtly aligning them with feng shui principles she studied at the University of Illinois, a detail Mr. Li notices with a nod. Her every move is calculated, her knowledge deep. But Emily Thompson, James's assistant, watches with a venomous smile. She's been sidelined, her authority threatened by a woman she's dismissed for years. As Lauren translates a complex contract clause, Emily interrupts, her voice syrupy with malice. "Lauren, perhaps you could share your unique journey with our guests." James shoots her a warning glance, but Emily presses on, her tone dripping with condescension. "It's so inspiring to see someone reinvent themselves, moving up in life, so to speak." The words land like a blade, slicing through the room's harmony. Lauren's chest tightens, the familiar sting of humiliation rising. She knows this tactic. 2 years ago, at a coffee shop in the Loop, she overheard Emily mocking her to a colleague, calling her the help who thinks she's special. Lauren's mind flashes to her past. At 18, she was a star student at the University of Illinois, dreaming of a career in diplomacy. But her mother's diabetes worsened, jobless and drowning in medical bills. Lauren dropped out, trading lecture halls for cleaning carts in Chicago's Englewood to keep her mother alive. Every night, she studied Mandarin by app, clinging to her dreams. Now, Emily's words threaten to strip that dignity away. The delegation shifts uncomfortably, Mr. Li's brow furrowing. In Chinese culture, hierarchy is sacred, and Emily's insinuation casts doubt on Lauren's credibility. Lauren takes a breath, her voice calm but firm. Life teaches us that opportunities come in unexpected ways. She pauses, meeting Mr. Li's gaze. But it's a testament to Carter Technology's commitment to diversity that someone who cleaned these rooms 3 years ago now sits at this table. Her words are measured, turning Emily's jab into a point of pride. She continues in Mandarin, addressing the delegation directly. Our company values talent in all its forms, and we're here to build a partnership based on mutual respect. Mr. Li's expression softens, but a subtle tension lingers. The ease of the meeting frays, the delegation's glances now tinged with curiosity rather than trust. Emily leans back, satisfied with the damage done. She's planted a seed of doubt, and in Chinese business culture, perception is everything. Lauren feels the shift, her stomach knotting. For 3 years, she's been a ghost in these halls, listening to every strategy, every secret. She's heard Emily lie about sales figures, take credit for others' work, and whisper prejudices behind closed doors. Lauren's silence has been her shield, but now it's her weapon. She translates another clause, her voice unwavering, but her mind races. She's not just saving this deal. She's fighting for her place in a world that's tried to erase her. The memory of Emily's cruelty burns brighter. 6 months ago, in the executive restroom, Emily's voice had sneered through the phone, dismissing that black girl who lingers. Lauren had mopped the floor, invisible, but she'd memorized every word. Now, as she speaks Mandarin, she channels that pain into precision. Mr. Li asks a pointed question about contract terms, and Lauren's response is flawless, weaving in cultural references to Shanghai's tech boom. The delegation leans in, impressed, but Emily's sabotage has left a mark. The meeting continues, but the warmth has cooled, the stakes higher than ever. Lauren's hands grip her notepad, her mother's words echoing. Knowledge is power. She's not just a janitor. She's a scholar, a strategist, a survivor. She recalls arranging those documents with feng shui, a small act that earned Mr. Li's respect. She leans into that now, subtly mirroring his formal tone, reinforcing trust. But Emily's shadow looms, her smile a reminder of the battles Lauren's fought in silence. In Englewood, she learned resilience, caring for her mother through sleepless nights. Here, in this Chicago tower, that resilience is her edge. As James outlines the final proposal, Lauren translates with a quiet fire. She's not just bridging languages, she's bridging her past and future. The delegation listens, but Mr. Li's gaze lingers on her, evaluating more than her words. He sees her poise, her grace under pressure. Lauren feels it, a chance to rewrite her story. But Emily's words still echo, a reminder of the prejudice she's faced. 3 years of cleaning these rooms have taught her more than Mandarin. They've taught her the power of patience, of watching, of waiting for the right moment. That moment is coming, and when it does, Chicago will see who Lauren Harris really is. The conference room at Carter Technologies, perched high above Chicago's Loop, feels like a pressure cooker. The $200 million deal with the Shanghai delegation hangs by a thread, tainted by Emily Thompson's venomous revelation that Lauren Harris, the poised translator, is a janitor. Lauren's heart races, but her face remains a mask of calm. For 3 years, she's been invisible, cleaning these glass-walled offices, absorbing every whispered secret, every careless mistake. Now, as the meeting ends with a tepid promise from Mr. Li Wei to consider the proposal, Lauren knows the code. It's a polite maybe, a step from failure. Emily's smug satisfaction is palpable, her papers rustling with exaggerated flair. But Lauren's mind is elsewhere, sharpening like a blade. Back in her navy blue uniform, pushing her cart through the executive halls, Lauren's every move is deliberate. She's no longer just the help. She's a strategist, armed with 3 years of unseen knowledge. Emily's voice cuts through the corridor, loud enough for all to hear as she chats with a colleague. Look who's back where she belongs. That pathetic charade proved exactly who's fit for the boardroom. Lauren's hands tighten on the cart, but her mind is racing. She's seen Emily's open emails, overheard her manipulate contracts, and found documents hidden in her desk drawer, evidence of sabotaged deals targeting minority-led firms. Every insult fuels Lauren's resolve. That evening, in her modest Bronzeville apartment, Lauren's phone vibrates with a message in Chinese. It's Mr. Li Wei. Ms. Harris, I'd like to discuss your company and future opportunities. Can we meet tomorrow at 10 a.m. at the Lakefront Cafe on Michigan Avenue? Her pulse quickens. This isn't just about translation, it's about her. During the meeting, she'd caught Mr. Li evaluating her, not just her Mandarin, but her poise, her business acumen. She opens a file on her laptop, 2 years in the making, titled Carter Irregularities. 63 pages of meticulously gathered evidence, printed emails Emily thought she'd deleted, security logs from weekend shifts, photos of documents proving Emily's sabotage of 3 contracts with black-owned firms over the past 18 months. The next morning, Lauren arrives at the Lakefront Cafe, dressed in a sleek gray suit bought with her college savings. Mr. Li waits with Ms. Chen Mei, Vice President of International Development. Ms. Harris. Mr. Li begins in Mandarin, switching to English. Yesterday, I saw not just your fluency but your dignity under pressure. Ms. Chen leans forward. We're expanding in North America. We need someone who knows Chinese culture, American business, and the real dynamics of companies like yours. Mr. Li's smile is knowing. Someone who doesn't bow to small minds in big roles. Lauren's breath catches. They're offering her a partnership in a new Chicago-based consulting firm, Parker & Associates, with a $350,000 annual salary, 5 times her janitor's pay. For 2 hours, Lauren speaks fluently about market strategies, cultural nuances in negotiations, and the sophistication of Asian investors, subtly hinting at irregularities she's seen without naming names. Ms. Chen slides a business card across the table. There's one condition, she says. Help us investigate discrepancies in Carter Technologies contracts. We found evidence of practices violating federal trade laws. Lauren's hands are steady, but her mind races. 3 years of being furniture have led to this, a strategic alliance with 2 of Asia's sharpest minds. Ms. Chen adds, an emergency meeting at Carter tomorrow. The delegation filed a complaint about contract issues. Your presence could be illuminating. That night, Lauren calls her mother in Englewood. Mom, you said patience is a smart woman's weapon. I get it now. Her mother's voice is warm. Show them who you are, baby. Staring at Chicago's skyline, Lauren knows tomorrow will change everything. She's not just a janitor. She's a force, forged in silence, ready to strike. The next morning, Carter Technologies' boardroom buzzes with tension. James Carter, grim-faced, has called an emergency meeting after the delegation's complaint about contract irregularities, hinting at a federal investigation. Emily strides in, her red suit screaming confidence, ready to pin the fiasco on Lauren. We're here to discuss yesterday's disaster, she begins, addressing the 7 board members. As I warned, trusting an unqualified janitor was reckless, costing us $200 million. Her voice is smooth, practiced, but the door opens quietly. Lauren enters, not in a borrowed outfit, but a tailored gray ensemble, carrying a leather briefcase and laptop. Sorry I'm late, she says, her voice calm, taking a seat beside James. Emily's face twists. With respect, James, why is she here? This is an executive meeting. James's tone is ice. The delegation requested her to clarify their accusations. Lauren opens her laptop, her movements precise. Mr. Li approached me yesterday with concerns about Carter's contracting practices. They found evidence of bid rigging and sabotage against competitors. Emily explodes, her voice shrill. That's absurd! What could a janitor know about executive operations? Lauren's smile is soft, devastating. The kind of knowledge you gain when you're invisible for 3 years, and people speak as if you're not there. Emily's eyes flicker with fear. Lauren connects her laptop to the projector. An email from Emily to a client appears, dated 6 months ago, leaking confidential data about a rival's bid. The room goes silent. This document, Lauren continues, shows Emily inflating costs on projects led by Black and Latino staff, blaming their incompetence for cancellations. Spreadsheets flash on the screen, altered numbers glaring, backed by security recordings. Lauren's voice is steady. This recording, from 8 months ago, is from Carter's security system. Emily's voice fills the room. We can't let these people think they belong in boardrooms. It's about standards. Emily's face pales. She remembers that call with Thomas, plotting to keep the company pure. Lauren presses on. 2 weeks ago, Emily told the receptionist to lose resumes with ethnic names. Mr. Johnson, a Black director with 15 years at Carter, leans forward, his voice low. Emily, is this true? Emily stammers, sweat beading. It's out of context. You don't understand the pressure to maintain standards. Lauren's tone is unyielding. Standards include ethics and compliance with anti-discrimination laws, violated systematically for 18 months. James turns to Emily, his face stone. You have 30 seconds to explain why you shouldn't be fired and reported to the DA. Emily's eyes dart, finding only disgust around the table. You're making a mistake, she whispers, her voice cracking. James cuts her off. You're fired. Security will escort you out. We're forwarding this to the federal attorney. As Emily is led away, she glares at Lauren. You won today, but you're still just... James interrupts. Our new director of international relations. The room is still. Lauren meets Emily's gaze, unflinching. You're right. I'm exactly who I've always been. Someone who watches, learns, and acts when the time is right. Now, I'm where I belong. 3 years of invisibility have become Lauren's greatest weapon, and Chicago's corporate world is about to feel its impact. 6 months after the seismic boardroom showdown at Carter Technologies, Chicago's skyline tells a new story. Lauren Harris, once invisible in a janitor's uniform, now commands the 38th floor as Director of International Relations. Her glass desk is a mosaic of contracts in Mandarin, Cantonese, and English, each signature a testament to her vision. In just half a year, she's secured $400 million in new deals, tripling Carter's Asian market share. The city that once saw her only as a shadow now buzzes with her name. From her office window, the Chicago River sparkles, a far cry from the Englewood nights when she studied Mandarin by lamplight to support her diabetic mother. Lauren's journey has rewritten the rules. Her $300,000 salary has brought her mother the best diabetes care, lifting the weight of medical bills that once crushed her dreams. Nights once spent cleaning are now filled with coursework as she completes her master's degree through an executive program at the University of Chicago. Her navy blue blazer, worn not out of necessity but choice, hangs in her office, a nod to her roots, a reminder of resilience. Jennifer, once Emily Thompson's ally, now serves as Lauren's assistant, her voice bright with respect. The South Korean delegation's here, Ms. Harris. They're eager to meet the woman who reshaped our Asian business. Across town, in a cramped Queens apartment, Emily Thompson faces a different reality. Evicted from her Loop condo, she sifts through rejection letters from companies wary of her tarnished name. A $50,000 fine and a 5-year ban from executive roles in federally contracted firms have left her unemployable. Business journals, once her stage, now brand her a cautionary tale of toxic leadership. That morning, she saw Lauren's face on the cover of Chicago Business Review, smiling alongside Asian executives under the headline, "The Translator Who Redefined Global Trade." The irony stings like a wound, her arrogance undone by the woman she scorned. Back at Carter Technologies, James Carter addresses the board, his voice resonant with pride. Lauren Harris didn't just save our Shanghai deal. She opened markets we never dared dream of. Mr. Johnson, the black director who witnessed Emily's fall, rises to speak. In 40 years, I've seen few transformations as profound as Lauren's. She's proof that talent knows no color, no class, and no prejudice. The room erupts in applause, but Lauren sits modestly, her thoughts drifting to the boardroom she once cleaned. 7 months ago, she was a ghost here, her potential buried under assumptions. Now, she's a cornerstone of Carter's future. Lauren's impact reaches beyond contracts. At the University of Illinois, her alma mater, she stands before 500 students, announcing the Second Chance Scholarship. No one should choose between family and dreams, she declares, her voice steady. Funded partly by her salary, the program has approved 20 full scholarships for low-income students forced to pause their studies, just as she once did. The audience, many with tears in their eyes, sees a woman who turned adversity into opportunity. Emily, watching the live stream from her apartment, shuts her laptop, her tears no longer born of self-pity, but a dawning regret for the harm she caused. In Carter's halls, Lauren is a mentor now, guiding 5 young employees from operational roles, spotting potential where others see none. Her office, once a distant dream, is a hub of ideas, where secretaries seek her career advice and executives nod respectfully. During a quiet moment with James, he asks, "Why didn't you destroy Emily personally? You had the power." Lauren's smile is soft, wise. The best revenge isn't destruction. It's building something so extraordinary, their actions become irrelevant. Her words echo her mother's lessons, learned in Englewood's struggles. True strength lifts others, never steps on them. Lauren's star continues to rise. Next week, she'll meet Forbes at McCormick Place, discussing her inclusion on their list of America's most influential young female executives. Her speech at a Chicago tech conference last month left hundreds inspired, her story of perseverance resonating across generations. She's reshaped Carter's culture, fostering inclusion where prejudice once thrived. Marcus, a black colleague who supported her in that fateful meeting, now leads a diversity initiative she championed. The company's new ethos reflects her belief. Talent is universal, if only you look for it. In her renovated Upper East Side apartment, Lauren takes a call from her mother. "Honey, I saw you on TV today talking about second chances. You made me proud." Lauren's voice catches. "I learned from you, Mom. You said no one can diminish what we know, what we can do." In a recent interview, when asked about Emily, Lauren's response was elegant. "She gave me a gift. She showed me who I didn't want to be. Her prejudice taught me power comes from uplifting others, not tearing them down." Her grace silenced critics, her dignity a beacon. Lauren's story is Chicago's story. Grit, reinvention, justice. From Bronzeville's struggles to the Loop's towers, she's proven that 3 years of invisibility can forge a strategist who sees what others miss. Her scholarship program grows, her mentorships flourish, and her contracts reshape global markets. Emily's downfall, self-inflicted, fades into irrelevance against Lauren's ascent. The woman who once pushed a cleaning cart now walks with purpose, her signature indelible on Carter's legacy. As Lauren gazes at the city from her office, the Willis Tower standing tall, she knows her journey isn't just personal. It's a challenge to every boardroom, every skeptic, to see beyond titles and assumptions. Her mother's words ring true. Patience is a weapon, and Lauren wielded it masterfully. Chicago, once a city of closed doors, now opens them wide for her. She's not just a director. She's a symbol of what's possible when talent meets opportunity, when dignity outshines prejudice, when a janitor becomes a legend. Lauren Harris's journey from a Chicago janitor to a corporate trailblazer is more than a story. It's a wake-up call. Her triumph over prejudice and invisibility at Carter Technologies proves that talent and dignity can shatter any barrier. In a world quick to judge, she showed us that true power lies in perseverance, in seeing potential where others see limits. From Englewood's struggles to the Loop's skyscrapers, Lauren turned 3 years of silence into a legacy that reshaped global markets and inspired a city. Her story challenges us to look beyond appearances, to value the unseen, to champion justice and inclusion in every corner of our lives. Now it's your turn to be part of this movement. If Lauren's rise from cleaning carts to boardrooms moved you, hit that subscribe button. Join our community of dreamers and doers who believe in stories of resilience and redemption. Share this video with friends, colleagues, anyone who needs to hear that second chances are real, and talent always finds a way. Your support keeps these narratives alive, sparking change one view at a time. Let's amplify voices like Lauren's, proving that no obstacle is too big when heart and hustle lead the way. Hungry for more? Our next video dives into another gripping tale. A delivery driver in Chicago uncovers a CEO's corrupt scheme, flipping the corporate game upside down. It's a story of courage, cunning, and justice you won't want to miss. Subscribe now and turn on notifications so you're the first to catch it. Together we'll keep celebrating the underdogs, the overlooked, the ones who rewrite their destinies against all odds. Lauren showed us how. Let's carry her lesson forward, building a world where everyone gets their shot to shine.